So today you're going to see some value washes within the sunflowers that I've drawn. You want to start with a black and white version of your photo reference so that you can really get a sense for where the grays are. Decide if you need the tape to stay neat and clean. It's a really good idea. So as you paint, begin with your lightest grays, and you're going to be avoiding white paper space where you see reflected lines in between petals, in between some of the veins of the leaf, and make sure that you have left that open for a highlight. Continue adding grays until you've done a layer over your entire drawing. Remember to blot your brush and soak up some of the extra ink pools that will happen when you work in larger areas. Finish this first sunflower with a light gray. Notice how you can see some of my white lines in between the petals. I let the paper dry and then I begin to add darker grays. You want to make sure it dries a little bit so it doesn't have as much bleeding or blurring happening to you, and you can actually control the layers of dark. Moving into my next flower, I test some of my values before I begin painting. And with this one, I'm going to be working in some smaller spaces. I will be adding light grays, letting it dry, and building up with darker. You notice lines within the petals or texture. You can actually show that by not fully blending your values with the brush. Pay attention to this leaf on top of the sunflower. You'll see me adding a strip of dark at the bottom. I'm going to blot my brush and then just try to gradually blend the dark upwards. Next, the center of the sunflower has texture, so I actually use the brush in a little bit of a very light pressure blotting motion, and you can see these interesting puddles forming. I make sure that I don't fully blend those puddles so that they actually show a little bit of value change within. By the time you get to like your fifth layer, you're gonna want a bunch of contrast. So go for some nice dark, don't fully cover the lighter grays or your highlights so you can see a variety of values within your entire painting. Now don't forget, it's helpful to turn your paper as you work, and you can see that I'm using even a little bit of pure black to really pop the contrast between shadow areas, grays, and highlights.